Look, elections are a choice. Talking about within the primary process.
The primary process. So
right. They ran as a team this year from the very start. Okay.
So you don't agree with Congressman Jim Clyburn, who said there should be at least some sort of mini primary process so that she's not anointed.
Many top Democratic circles has moved on from Joe Biden to now Kamala Harris. There is actually a Google document spreading among Democratic leaders and donors, according to CNN. It's making the case for the vice president to replace Biden. They made a document. CNN senior reporter Edward Isaac Devore posting a photo of that Google Doc. See it there. It's titled Unburdened by What Has Been the Case for Kamala. It's anonymously written by self-described senior operatives within Democratic political institutions. It lays out a detailed argument and plan for a campaign. We are currently losing. We need to do something different to win, it says. And the last bullet states, like it or not, there's one realistic path out of this mess: Kamala.
Elizabeth Warren looked like a college professor with a bunch of graduate students around her half the time. She is able to go back and forth between policy and the human thing better than anybody, but it was Castro that came out of nowhere. Nobody was talking about Castro. He did the Texas takedown, turned around, clocked Beto. I mean, you never saw it coming. The thing about these debates, you never know who's gonna have a moment. Castro is winning the Google primary right now. He went up 3,000% in terms of people searching for the guy. He bought himself a lifeline tonight, and that's why I love these debates.
Do you think it's a decidedly different moment than it was in 2020 when she did throw her hat in the ring for the presidential nomination and was out before Iowa?
You know, look, these are two bad options. This is, picking between two bad options. I don't know that one is favored over the other. I think that we're in uncharted territory on both. Kamala Harris is someone who historically has been very unpopular. At the same time, she would be a history-making candidate. She is incredibly articulate. She is incredibly forceful. I could see a situation where she were to debate Donald Trump and where she, wipes the floor with him. I think she can be very strong and good. We've seen that from her in past debate performances. I think she would have a lot of energy to run around the country, but for whatever reason, historically, she has polled incredibly poorly. And so I think you will see a boomlet immediately if she were to take the reins, where there would be a burst of energy. I think you would see a round of press from the mainstream media that would be positive towards Kamala Harris. And then I think, it's not going to be about the first week, the second week. It'll be the 6, 8, 12 weeks that follow. What comes from there? And it's just unknown. And so it's neither of these two choices are great options, but we got to pick one, unify, and go.
What are we waiting for? We have a very good candidate here. Let's help her grow into the campaign. I think it would be a great move for Biden to kind of set up somebody like Kamala Harris as the crowning jewel of what is this really significant and well-done presidency.
Let me say, there's 1,000 different ways to do it, and that's fine, okay?
So, I don't know what any of you thought it was, but Kamala has been the Democratic candidate for a very, very long time. They set up Biden at the early debate so that they can make this transition as smooth as possible. But yet, they also allowed him to stand in that spot to protect Kamala from having to compete against any other true candidates. And they're trying to just shoot her in because I'm guessing promises have been made for people to have positions, favors. She had to drop out the first go around. They saw what she was lacking, and they protected her with the Biden shield. They have the war chest, as you can see from this article. She folded from lack of funds, and now she got all the funds she needs. Ain't gonna be no debate for a while. The bitch good at giving speeches though, so I guess that's the play. She give these good speeches and try to take them out before the debate, but her record as a DA kills her in debates, kills her, and it's gonna come up. And they're just gonna go ahead and make her the candidate. And y'all thought y'all votes actually mattered.